Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, TJ Comments and Responses. I hope you are all doing well. In this new week, we will prepare for the comments section. Let's search for hidden gems. We are in the week of October 7th to 13th, during which we will be analyzing Psalm 92 to 95. Let's begin. The first question is: why do these words accurately describe Jehovah's wisdom? Before answering the question, let's read the Bible text. Psalm 92:5 says, "How great your works are, O Jehovah! How deep your thoughts are!" Alright, so the answer to the question is: here, it says that Jehovah's thoughts are very deep, and this makes me think about how immense his knowledge and wisdom are. It's like what Paul says in Romans 11:33, when he is amazed at God's wisdom, comparing it to such a deep abyss that we could never see the bottom. This helps me understand that even though we may not always understand why certain things happen, Jehovah always has a purpose and knows more than we could ever imagine. That's why trusting in his wisdom is the best thing, because even if we don't always see everything clearly, Jehovah does, and he always acts with justice and love. Additional comments. When I read that Jehovah's thoughts are deep, I realized there is so much we don't understand, but Jehovah sees everything clearly. Sometimes, when we face trials or difficult situations, we may not understand why things happen. However, this verse reminds me that Jehovah's wisdom is much greater than ours and that trusting in his decisions, even when we don't understand them, brings us peace and security. This verse also helps me maintain a humble attitude. Knowing that Jehovah's thoughts and works are so great and profound reminds me that, compared to him, our understanding is limited. It's a reminder not to be stubborn or think we always know what's best. Instead, we should be willing to learn from his word and trust in his ways, knowing that his wisdom is infinite and perfect. Let's move on to the next question. What spiritual gems have you found about Jehovah, the ministry, and other topics in this week's Bible reading? Psalm 92:12 says, "But the righteous will flourish like a palm tree and grow like a cedar in Lebanon." Alright, so the comment is: here, we are compared to strong and enduring trees. The palm and the cedar are symbols of resilience and growth. This teaches us that if we remain loyal to Jehovah and apply his principles, our spirituality will be strong, and we will be able to endure difficulties. We can think of how these trees withstand harsh weather, and similarly, we endure trials with Jehovah's help. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 92:14 says, "Even in old age, they will still thrive, they will remain strong and full of life." Alright, so the comment is: this verse encourages us because it shows that regardless of age, we can still be useful and productive in the congregation. Older brothers, for example, have much experience and wisdom they can share to encourage and guide others. Jehovah values and appreciates everyone's contribution. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 93:1 says, "Jehovah has become king. With grandeur he is clothed, Jehovah is clothed with strength, he wears it like a belt. The earth is firmly established, it cannot be moved. Alright, so the comment is: this verse highlights Jehovah's sovereignty. He is the true king and rules with power and justice. In a world where human governments make mistakes and are often unjust, it's a relief to know that Jehovah is a perfect king who will always do what is right. It gives us security knowing that his government will not fail. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 93:5 says, your reminders are completely trustworthy. Holiness adorns your house forever, O Jehovah. Alright, so the comment is: Jehovah's instructions and principles are trustworthy and help us lead a happy and peaceful life. We can trust that by following his commandments, we will always make good decisions and fare better than if we tried to do it on our own. Jehovah knows what's best for us. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 94:14 says, for Jehovah will not leave his people or abandon his inheritance. Alright, so the comment is: this verse is a reminder that Jehovah never abandons his servants. Sometimes, we may feel alone or discouraged by the trials we face, but Jehovah is always there, supporting us and giving us strength. He is like a friend who never leaves us, even in the most difficult moments. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 94:19 says, when my anxieties overwhelmed me, you comforted and soothed me. Alright, so the comment is: at some point, we all feel worry or anxiety, but this verse reminds us that Jehovah gives us comfort. It may be through his word, meetings, or the support of our brothers in faith. When we are distressed, we can pray and seek the comfort that Jehovah offers us. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 95:6 says, come, let us worship and bow down, let us kneel before Jehovah, our Maker. Alright, so the comment is: this verse is an invitation to worship Jehovah with the proper respect and reverence. It reminds us that we should approach him with a humble attitude, recognizing that he is our Creator and deserves all our worship and obedience. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 95:8 says, do not be stubborn as in Meribah, as on the day of Massah in the wilderness. Alright, so the comment is: here we are warned not to have a stubborn or rebellious heart as the Israelites did in the past. It is a reminder that we should be willing to listen and obey Jehovah, keeping our hearts soft and receptive to his guidance. If we are humble and obedient, we will avoid problems and enjoy Jehovah's blessings. Well, that was the analysis of comments and responses for this week's Hidden Gems. I hope it is very helpful, my dear brothers and sisters. Sending you a big hug, and may Jehovah always bless and protect you.